Chapter 7. Bury the Hatchet. Rain pounds against the windows as Dom drives in silence, every second taking you farther away from the city light. He hasn't said a word since we left, not even to tell me where we're going. This can't be good. Lightning illuminates Dom's face, his expression hardened and distant as he takes another turn onto an even darker road. When I dared him to kill me, I didn't think he'd actually do it. Your hands start to shake, and you curl them in a fist to hide, and Dom's eyes flick to the movement. Are you alright? Fine, just fine. Focus, Gray. There has to be a way out of this. Think. Memories of the late-night true crime documentaries flood your mind, bringing stories of survivors who made their captors see them as people, not targets. And, if I can humanize myself, maybe Dom will think twice about making me swim with the fishes. You pick a memory from your past and clear your throat before forcing the words out loud enough to be heard over the rainy onslaught. I was thinking about my childhood. Did you know that when I was growing up, my favorite place was grandfather's antique shop, community theater, city's library reading room? While other kids were at the playground, I'd curl up in a huge armchair by the window. I must have read every fantasy book in the young adult section twice over. I love stories about people changing the world through magic. The steady rhythm of the windshield wipers fills the silence, and then... So you decided to change the world with medicine? You're thinking about the night you chose to be a doctor. You're hit with the echo of a gunshot and metallic smell of blood. Being a doctor wasn't even on my radar back then. I was actually planning something differently in my life. For a moment, your mind starts to drift to what might have been, the life you could have had. Just thinking it fills you with the warmth of the reminder, coaxing a small smile to your lips and slowing your racing heart. My dream was to travel the world as a photojournalist, become a professional mountain climber, join the circus as an acrobat. Photojournalist. I wanted to document everything, the good, the bad, the real stories that needed telling. After all, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Turns out I get motion sickness on planes, so that became a no-go. Somehow that tracks. Your eyes meet, and as the corner of his mouth quirks up, your heart soars. It's working. He's imagining little Gray with her whole life ahead of her. Just gotta keep it up. But before you can get your hopes up, he turns away and pulls into an empty beach. In the distance, all you can see is dark, choppy water. Let's go. You trail behind him, fear crystallizing in anger as he leads you out onto the water, weather battered planks of the pier. You know what? No. If this is how it ends, I refuse to go quietly. Dom, give him a piece of my mind. Just for the record, I meant every damn word I said, and killing me won't change that. Kill you? What are you talking about? You said the only way out of the mob was death. Isn't that why we're here? So you can put me in cement shoes or whatever? We're here because there's something I want you to see. He guides you towards the boardwalk, past the shuttered carnival games and closed shops. The Ferris wheel looms in the distance, its lights reflecting off the water, both beautiful and haunting. I told you Neil's my half-brother. My mom left just before he was born, but I left out how guilty he felt about costing me a relationship with her. He spent years trying to make it up to me, with extravagant gestures, expensive gifts, and bringing me here for time together. Just the two of us. I wanted you to see this place to understand. Understand what? When you look at my father now, all you see is a patient. One of the many you'll see in your career. He turns to face you, and the raw emotion in his eyes catches you off guard. But I need you to see the man I knew, the man who taught me that a leader who is ruled by his emotions is not a man, but a beast. And today, when I lost it with you, I became exactly what he warned me against. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As you meet his gaze, something clicks into place. He may be the head of a dangerous crime family, but he's still just a guy who idolizes his father and wants him back. I understand that helpless feeling of wanting your parents to be okay. The words slip out before you can stop them. Dom's earlier question about choosing medicine as a career echoes in your mind. I was 12 when my parents and I got mugged walking home from dinner. Years earlier, a younger you walks between your parents, their laughter echoing off brick buildings as you head home from your favorite restaurant. And then Gray stands up in the front of the whole class and says, "You promised you wouldn't tell that story anymore." "Oh, let him have his fun. He's just proud of you." But the family moment shatters as two figures emerge from the shadows of an alley. "Don't move." Your father immediately pushes you behind him, raising his hands. "Hey, take it easy. We don't want any trouble." "Wallet, now." You spot the glint of metal in the second mugger's hand, and as your eyes flame down, a gun. I should warn Dad. Tell him about the gun. But try, though you might. Your throat closes with tear. "Of course, I'm just gonna reach for it." Your father's hand moves slowly towards his back pocket. You silently scream at yourself to speak. "Say something, anything. He doesn't see the gun." Your father's hands shake, feeling nervous, and you see the moment panic overwhelms the second mugger. "You got something." Before you can even register what's happening, a loud bang echoes off the building as the muggers run. Your father crumples. And as red spreads across the pavement, the weight of your silence crushes you. He hasn't walked since. But in truth, he's lucky to be alive. The doctor who treated him was so confident. Just walked in all that chaos. All that fear took control. I remember thinking, that's what I should have done. Taken control, said something.
"You were just a kid."
I was old enough to warn him, but I froze. Your voice catches, but you force yourself to continue. That's why I became a doctor. I promised myself I'd never stay quiet when someone needed help again, no matter how scared I was. So, getting that letter, it wasn't about losing my job. It was about failing my father all over again. Because if I'm not a doctor, then nothing good came from that night. And everything I've done to get here is meaningless. I don't even know who I'd be if it wasn't in medicine.
"It's easy."
Turns to face you, something intense spurring in his gaze.
"You'd be a coin."
I appreciate it, but I don't think we've sufficiently proven that two people who don't like being told what to do don't mix. Who's to say the next time we disagree, you won't actually kill me? He pauses, his expression uncomfortable as he gestures for you to walk alongside him.
"As much as I hate to admit it, you were right. I couldn't kill you if I wanted to, and believe me, I wanted to."
His darkened gaze locks onto you as a good cold gust of wind blows in off the ocean, and you can't tell which sends a shiver down your spine. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Dom slips off his suit coat and draws closer to drape it over your shoulders. He pulls it tightly around your neck, his eyes never leaving yours.
"I wanted to trail my fingers over your body until you're trembling beneath my touch."
Immediately, your blood rushes south, your deepest muscles clenching hard to make you gasp. Huh? His hand creeps higher until it curls around your throat, thumb tracing your racing pulse as his other hand skims down your side.
"Watch you ride as I take my time, savoring your every gasp."
Sure enough, your breaths come hard and fast, and Dom steps in close, his voice dropping to a husky growl against your ear.
"And just when you're completely lost in the sensation, when you've surrendered everything to me,
His grip tightens, restricting your airflow, and you can barely hear him over the sound of your heart pounding in your ear. Heat pools between your thighs at the thought of his final domination, your body betraying you as you can't your hips needly into him. The thought of him having this much power over me shouldn't have this strong an effect. But it does, and worse, he seems to know it. His blown pupils, a reflection of your own lust-ridden gaze. Does it turn you on, Gray? I'll admit it. A warm rush washes over you as you feel exposed, vulnerable, and overwhelmingly aroused. Yes. Immediately, he melts in you, nuzzling against your neck, his breath hot against your skin. Good. Because that's exactly how you make me feel. The admission stills you, and chest heaving, you press closer, drawn to this rare moment of vulnerability. If getting rid of me would be that easy, then what's stopping you? Because if I did, you'd be gone. The look in his eyes softens, and as his grip slackens, a flood of oxygen rushes to your brain all at once, giving you a head rush. For a split second, the rest of the world falls away. There's just the two of you alone in the sea of darkness. Do you really think there's anyone else I'd rather fight with? His eyes wander your face before fixating on your lips, and the heat in his gaze makes your pulse quicken as he claims your mouth with his own. The kiss is all fire and heat, but as you respond, his mouth yields to yours, and you can't help but wonder just how far he'll let you push. I don't want to fight. I'd rather kiss and make up. Slide your hands into his hair, kiss him deeply and slowly, showing him exactly how sweet reconciliation can be. His usual sharp edges melt away as you explore his mouth, and when your tongue sweeps around his, he makes a sound of pure need. You expect him to ramp things back up, but instead he embraces your tempo and the desperate edge to his moans, such your blood's on fire. Done. His hands clutch at your waist as you feed yourself to him completely, letting you explore every inch of his mouth with your tongue. You break away, breathing hard, and as he chases your kiss, he whispers against your lips. I could learn to take the occasional order if it came from this mouth of yours. I believe you mean it now, but what happens the next time we disagree? You press closer, claiming his lips and stroking your tongue into his mouth, the rhythmic movement intoxicating. You see, we work it out just like this. His tongue swipes against your own, making your heartbeat pulse between your thighs, and you can't help but imagine where else his kiss would feel incredible. Pressed up against each other until one of us gives in. You fight to clear your head, but even as your body responds to his touch, we can't just kiss our way past every argument. No matter the most powerful crime family in Philly, I can do whatever I want. Dom leans in for more, but you press a finger to his lips, your chest heaving. And that's exactly my point. What proof do I have that you'll even listen to when I talk, let alone do as I say if it comes to it? He eyes you thoughtfully, and you can't help but shiver under his gaze. What proof do you want? Your arousal coats your thighs as you study his mouth, imagining those perfect lips glancing across your slick flesh. Sam, I've got a pressing issue that needs addressing, and it might be the perfect way to see if he's serious. Right. Kiss me. Yes, ma'am. He pulls you into a burning kiss, and your mouth opens beneath his hungry groan. For a moment, you let yourself get lost in the heat of him, and you pull back as reality crashes in and your mind clears. Dom, as good as this feels, it doesn't change the fact that I can't perform your father's procedure.
What if I told you I could get you everything you need? A neurosurgeon, proper surgical team, fully equipped OR, the works.
I tell you, I'm still suspended from the hospital.
Leave the details to me. If I can get you what you asked for, would you come back on as our family doctor?
You think of everything you've learned tonight about Dom, his father, and the weight of the family. If you can actually make that happen, yes.
Good, because I've got an idea that you'll get reinstated in no time.
The day of your hearing, Dom leads you towards a seemingly abandoned warehouse, the heels of your formal shoes clicking against the concrete in the early morning silence. My hearing starts in less than an hour. What are we doing here?
Solving our problem.
As you approach the heavy metal doors, two of Dom's men materialize from the shadows to pull it open. And inside, your eyes immediately find a masked man tied to a chair. Dom strides forward and rips off the man's blindfold.
Meet Daniel Warren, Chief of Medicine at Franklin Memorial Hospital.
Your stomach drops as your eyes sweep over the plastic-lined floor, the chair bolted down, the drain in the center of the room. Dom, what exactly are you planning to do?
Whatever I have to.
Dom reaches beside the chair, and as the metallic scrape of a hammer being dragged across the concrete fills the room, he turns to Chief Warren.
Your hospital suspended my doctor, and it's been a real difficult on our chief. Your doctor? What are you talking about?
Dom uses the hammer's heavy metal head to nudge the chief's head in your direction.
I'd like to make two introductions, Chief. First is Dr. Gray Gould, my family doctor.
Dom.
And the second is to a world of pain.
He draws his arm back, raising the hammer high, but as the chief's eyes go wide with fear, you step forward and grip his arm, pulling him away. That's enough. This is thoughtful, but so misguided. I know you're trying to help. Threatening that man isn't the answer.
It's the quickest way to get what we need, and you know it.
Yeah, but at what cost? There are lines, Dom.
The only line I care about is the one between my father living and dying.
We can find another way.
He doesn't have that kind of time, Gray. It's now or never, and if you're getting reinstated is the way he gets his surgery now, I'm taking it.
Dom moves towards Chief Warren again, but you block the path, maintaining your ground even as he towers over you. I can't let you do this. I can't stay quiet and let another innocent man get hurt. Dom's voice loses its edge as he looks at you, a familiar warmth creeping in and betraying the desperation behind his anger.
He's not your dad, Gray.
No, but he's someone's. And it was my choice to got him to this point. I left that surgery. I lied to that mother. It's time I live with the consequences.
What if it means my father has to die with them?
That's not...
That's exactly what it means, Gray. If you're not practicing, we don't have a surgical theater, a sterile medical equipment, or a surgeon. Without those, my dad gets a germy hack job and he dies anyway. So yes, we all made choices, but no, you don't get to learn your lesson this time.
Slips past you towards Chief Warren. Hammer raised.
He does.
Wait. You hurry after him, your fingers grabbing his wrist as you stop the hammer mid-swing. Did you mean what you said earlier about listening to me more? His wrist flexes under your grip as he studies your face, clearly torn, and then... Of course. Then let me handle this. His eyebrows rise, but he lowers his voice.
You have something in mind?
Look at him. He's terrified of you. We don't need violence to get what we want. The threat of it is more than enough.
I'm listening.
You chance a glance at the chief, and as you catch sight of his terrified face, an idea forms. If you're willing to be my muscle, I think we can get what we need without the bloodshed.
Just follow my lead.
You steel yourself and face the chief. You stomach turning at what you're about to do. Here's how this works, Chief Warren.
Better make it good. My arm's getting tired holding this hammer. Please, I'll do anything.
Anything good, because I have demands. The words taste better in your mouth, but you press on. First things first, I want full reinstatement, all privileges restored effective immediately.
You can't just...
Dom's hand tightens on the hammer.
You can and you will.
No more suspensions, no more threats.
Fine. Full privileges restored.
You take a deep breath, steeling yourself for what comes next. But that's just the beginning. The hospital needs to change, starting with changes to the admission policy at new clinic. Admission policy. From now on, we treat everyone, insurance or not.
Would bankrupt us.
Then we'll find creative funding solutions, government grants, charitable donations, corporate sponsorships. His expression shifts from fear to consideration.
We could stand to restructure some things. Good. Because so could I.
The chief shifts uncomfortably.
Dare you lecture me about morality while working with criminals?
Excuse me?
If anyone's destroying this community, it's him and his thugs.
Chief nods vigorously at Dom and his expression darkens, drawing nearer.
You don't know me. My family pays for half the kids in the neighborhood to see doctors. Kids that your hospital would otherwise turn away at the door.
The chief scoffs and pulls at his restraints.
Yes, right. If that's all, I'll thank you to untie me.
Dom looks to you, waiting. This isn't right, but it might be my only chance to really make a difference. I can't waste it. With your mind made up, you give Dom a shake of your head. Actually, there's more.
More demands.
Next to you, Dom's movements are slow, controlled. He speaks, his voice is low, for you only.
Where are we going with this?
The hospital's problems run deeper than access. You think of every preventable tragedy you witnessed and grit your teeth. We need to address the root causes. From now on, the hospital needs to expand preventative care, improve follow-up care. Follow-up care versus preventative. You can't really prevent injuries, not really. Every discharged patient gets proper follow-up care, no exceptions.
We don't have the staff.
Then hire more, train more. How many readmissions could we prevent with proper aftercare?
Lost 2 soldiers last year to infections from wounds that weren't properly monitored.
Chief's resistance falters as medical logic wins out.
Admission rates are rather high.
Then you think it's time to change that? He shifts in a seat, clearly weighing his options.
Fine, now if you don't mind.
Oh, we're still not done.
What more could you possibly want?
You think of all the patients you've watched suffer. Insurance should determine who lives and who dies.
And what do you expect me to do about it?
I expect you to fix it. The hospital needs sliding scale payments, a charitable care fund. Sliding scale payments. Everyone pays what they can afford. No one should get turned away.
Based on what scale? The residents of this neighborhood are poor. No one would pay hardly anything.
And yet, we'd be keeping people alive.
Seems like a fair trade to me.
You think of every patient who's begged for help and feel your resolve harden. Our patients' lives are worth more than what's in their bank accounts. Confronted with yours, the chief's resistance wavers.
Other hospitals have implemented similar programs.
The chief looks between you and Dom and straightens in his chair.
If we're really doing this, I have some ideas.
Ideas?
Ways to make it sustainable. Legal loopholes, tax benefits. We could even partner with local clinics, create a network of care.
This isn't about profits.
No, it's about helping people.
The first time you see a genuine engagement replaces fear.
But into medicine to save lives. Sometimes we forget that along the way. Thank you for the reminder. Your patients are lucky to have you.
My patients, like the boy I left on the table. I didn't even hesitate. The only person I wanted to help then was...
Your eye shifted Dom as he unties the chief. Remember our deal. You'll support Dr. Gould at the board meeting. Of course. Good, because if you don't, we'll have another chat. He nods vigorously before fleeing the room. It might doubts, but you didn't.
We didn't. Couldn't have done this without you.
Well, it's not like I can do the next part without you.
Right, your father's surgery. Your stomach twists at the thought of such a complex procedure, and Dom raises his eyebrows.
You should have access to everything you need now, and the parlays in a few days. Do you think you can handle it?
I'll need to review everything. The scans, the approach. The words trail off as the weight of what you've agreed to settles over you.
Right.
Then, Dom looks at you, eyes full of hope, and you know what your answer has to be. But yes, I think I can. Relief floods his face, and at that, you make it a point never to let him know your real thoughts. Instead, your mind races with preparations. What have I gotten myself into? A few days later, you find yourself back in the emergency room, poring over Xander's scans. Even with the hospital access, this procedure is way beyond me. I'm going to kill Dom's father, be the cause of a mob war, let Dom down. Dom's more important than anything. Of all your thoughts of self-doubt, this one stands out the most. As your stomach churns, you grit your teeth. No, that can't happen. It's counting on me to come through, so I'll just have to prepare for every possibility. Your fingers trace each vital structure near the tumor. No room for errors, no distractions, no... Ah, Dr. Gould. What a surprise. You look up to find Dr. Richards approaching, his expression curious. After what happened during our last surgery together, I honestly thought I'd never see you again. I was called into a disciplinary hearing. But it was actually the chief's influence that helped me return. He's been surprisingly supportive lately. I heard all about the new changes, quite a turnaround. Sometimes people just need the right motivation to do the right thing. Right. His eyes fall to the scans spread across the desk. Those the scans for my procedure tomorrow. Your idea strikes you, and immediately your eyes light up. Yes. I was just wondering how on earth you were going to handle this approach. Well, I could always use an extra set of hands if you're interested. Really? I thought you'd never let me assist you in the OR again. Before you left, you were incredible. Besides, everyone deserves a second chance, and I have a feeling you'll be more focused this time. You have no idea. Thank you, Dr. Richards. As he walks away, you pull out your phone and text Dom, thumb flying across the keyboard. Meet me at the estate after work. I think I figured out how to nail the surgery. The familiar smell of antiseptic greets you as you walk through the hospital doors. Xander's scans tucked safely in your bag. I can't say I feel good about rescheduling a patient's surgery, but at least Dr. Richards won't be double booked. Now, I just need to get these scans into the system.
But before you can even make it into the department, Dr. Harris appears, her smile not quite reaching her eyes.
Dr. Gould, since you're back with us, I have some tasks that need immediate attention. But I have... The charts in the ER need to be reorganized, alphabetically and by admission date. She drops a stack of folders in your arms with obvious satisfaction. And when you're done with that, the supply closet needs an inventory. I expect a full count of every item. But that'll take hours. Is there a problem? I thought you'd be eager to prove your dedication after your unexpected absence.
Her eyebrows rise, and you stand stock still, your mind racing for an excuse and finding none.
I didn't think so. I'll be checking your work personally in 2 hours.
As she walks away, your phone vibrates with a text from Dom. Dad and I are here waiting to start pre-op. I'll go on your end.
Flight issue. Chief resident just dumped hours of scut on work on me.
Great. We don't have time for that. Surgery starts in a little over an hour.
I know. I'm trying to figure something out.
Tell me what you need.
Her to disappear for a day. Just a day.
Your mind races as you stare at the stack of scut work, thumbs hovering over your phone.
I can't waste time doing hours of mindless organizing while Xander's surgery hangs in the balance. But on the other hand, openly defying the chief resident could cost me everything for good this time. With a sigh, you focus on your screen. I need to be in 2 places at once. But since that's impossible, I'll focus on the scans first and figure the rest out, don't worry.
Or, I could do your work for you.
Are you kidding?
You're risking everything to save my father. The least I could do is your scut. Whatever that is.
You stare at his message, something warm blooming in your chest. I have to walk him through it, but Dom handling the paperwork gets the scans input. It should be easy. Meet me in the locker room in 5. Meet Dom in the locker room, quickly explaining the tasks ahead. The charts need to be organized by date and name. The supply closet needs a full inventory count.
Seems simple enough.
Simple maybe, but there's one problem. Everyone needs to think you're me. You check out a pair of scrubs from the scrubs machine before plucking a surgical mask from your locker.
I'm starting to think this was all a ploy to get me naked and doing your bidding.
I'd like I'd have to trick you into that. Dom starts to undress, and you try and fail not to notice what's left after her suit falls away. Only the locker room door is suddenly swung open. Without thinking, you grab Dom and pull him behind your open locker door. Dr. Gould, you in here?
Pressed against Dom's half-dressed body, you fight to keep your voice steady.
Yeah. Patient puked on me, so I'm just changing. Oh, well, Dr. Harris mentioned she gave you some scut work. Think you could add updating the infectious control log to your list?
Feel Dom tense against you, his hand moving towards where his weapon usually sits.
I need to get him distracted before he does something drastic.
I should guide his hands to my hips, brace his chest. You catch his hands and guide them onto your sides. Dom's fingers trace along your ribs and slide up to cup your breasts through your scrubs. Breath catches as his thumb circle your nipples through the thin fabric.
Yes. I'm sorry?
You hear Dr. Chen pause and Dom whispers, "If she suspects anything, she's dead."
With the added incentive, you clear your throat and fight to keep your voice steady. I mean, yeah, I've got time.
Dom's hands slide lower down your stomach to your hips and ease past the waistband of your scrub pants.
Great. And you can have it done by the end of the shift. That'd be perfect. Of course. No problem.
The door closes, the room falls silent, and you look up to find his eyes dark with desire. You want to explain what the hell that was?
I was keeping you from killing a coworker. Nothing more, nothing less. And with that, you help Dom into the scrubs, fighting to keep your hands professional despite the lingering heat between you. As you adjust his mask, you pull open one of the hospital comm devices from your pocket. Here. We don't have time for me to explain the infection control log, so just clip it on and let me know when you have a question.
And if I run into any other trouble?
Try not to shoot anyone. His answering smirk makes your heart skip as you slip out of the locker room, heading for the records. The halls are busy with the usual hospital chaos, and you keep your head down as you navigate through. Just act natural, and you won't call any attention to yourself. As far as anyone is concerned, you're holed up in the ER. But as you round a corner, you nearly lock eyes with a nurse pushing a card. Linda knows my face. If she sees me here in Dom's version of me there, she'll know something's up. I should take the long way, duck into a patient room, hide behind the cart. Duck into a patient room. You slip into the nearest room, pretending to check a chart as she walks past. It's close. Only for your comm device to crackle to life. Dr. Gould, I need you to add the medication and audits to your list. Not now. Your hurried silence device as footsteps pass. Finally, you make it to the records room. You slip inside, immediately heading for the computer in the back. But as you boot up the system, your comm device buzzes again. This time you answer. Yes, Dr. Harris. I will get it as soon as I...
It's me.
His voice over the comms is a welcome surprise, and you can't help stop the butterflies that fill your chest from taking flight. No, I'm sorry. Dr. Harris keeps adding to the list. Just try to avoid her for now, and I'll handle the extra stuff later.
I heard her. I'm on this as soon as I get done turning the patient in Trauma 1.
Turning the... I didn't ask you to do that.
You didn't have to. You do a thankless job, Gray, and I mean working for me. The least I can do is cover for you.
Well, thanks. I'm gonna focus on the scans, and then I should be done soon. Glance at the clock as you insert Xander's scans. Time was running out. There's a lot here. If the system crashes or someone walks in, I'm screwed.
Not really, you're doing your job.
You eye the stack of scans, considering your options. Do I risk uploading everything at once, or play it safe with the smaller batches?
Upload in smaller batch.
No room for error here. Better play it safe. You carefully upload each scan in sequence, making sure each one completes before starting the next. Please hurry, I can't get caught in here. One by one, the files upload successfully, and you quickly close everything out. Slow and steady wins the race. You slip out of the records room, heart still racing from your success. I can't believe we actually pulled this off. The scans are in. Somehow Dom managed to... Dr. Gould, a word. Your stomach drops as you turn to face her. This is it. She caught Dom. Or she knows about the scans, or... Just say I'm impressed. What? I was being hard on you. You didn't fold or complain. You just rose to the challenge and exceeded it. I mean, there are patients in the ER who are requesting Dr. Gould because of how comfortable you made them feel. You fight to keep your expression neutral, even as it warmed the blues in your chest. Dom didn't just do the task. He set me up to look good so I wouldn't have to worry. I may not like what happened in your last surgery, but I give credit when it's due. Well done. He heads off, and you make a beeline for the locker room to find Dom already there.
I hear you've been impressing people.
Me. You're the one who handed a week's worth of scut work in 2 hours. Dom runs a hand through his hair, and something about seeing this usual pristine mob boss so rumpled makes your heart skip.
I had no idea how much you handle every day.
Most of it's just busy workmen to keep residents in line.
No, Graham.
There's something in the intense in his gaze that makes your pulse quicken.
I was in the ER doing inventory when they wheeled in a trauma, multiple gunshot wounds. Everyone was scrambling, looking for someone to take charge, to make calls and keep the kid alive. That's what you do. Every day you walk into chaos and make the hard decisions.
So do you. He steps closer, closing the distance between you, and you feel your earlier excitement return.
Here I was thinking you were this bleeding heart, but really, maybe we're not so different after all.
Tag him properly. You press him back against the lockers, your body flush against his. I think you deserve a proper thank you.
Is that right?
You trail your fingers down his chest, feeling his breath catch. Very hard work. His hands catch your wrists, and suddenly you're the one pressed against the lockers.
Let me show you what else I'm gonna...
When his mouth meets yours, you forget everything else. Its tongue strokes against yours, thrusting into your mouth with desperation that makes your knees weak. You arch into him as his hands claim every inch of you, a searing heat pulling below in your belly.
Ray.
But before you can go any further, a sharp buzz from your comms device breaks the moment. Dr. Gould to pre-op, your patient is ready. Xander. You both pull back reluctantly, straightening close and catching your breath.
I'm gonna save my father.
Later, as you scrub in, you breathe a sigh of relief. Can't believe that Xander's getting the help he needs, and no one from the hospital or the 5 families will be any wiser. You take your place beside Dr. Richards as he begins the delicate process of exposing Xander's brain. You did it. But before you can celebrate, the OR doors burst open, your heart stops as you recognize Miss Morton, holding the cold steel of a gun. It's pointed directly at you. You promised you wouldn't leave him. Miss Morton. My son could have died because of you. Oh, great. Without further ado, thank you for watching. Please remember that if you did enjoy, to like the video, share it and or the channel and this community, this family that we have here, and let me know what your thoughts are. So thank those of you who are going to tune into this, and as well as I slowly start building up ground on catching up with the choices we've missed because of the PC issue. Remember, that is still a thing. Right now we are using a significantly lesser PC to catch up, and please remember there is still a way to fund that, right, and help us get what we need to resume, well, current content things that we're covering and streaming and games and all that, as well as, you know, doing this and RC and everything else, as well as things that are coming down the pike. Leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts, but also, you know, how's your day? Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully it's better than mine, but if it isn't, let me know. Hopefully, you know, this video was something that will help, right? Until the next one, peace out.